basically it. So we're ready to start. So we're gonna go first. This first person that is gonna pitch is going to be. So I'm looking specifically for coronavirus projects, and then we're gonna go to others. Again, if you want to pitch, Q&A button. Asaf, can you tell me what is you say the startup in crisis, can you write me a URL and so on? So like just to, and John, I see that you have a medical one. So we're gonna start with you. John, is it selfisolation.com? I love this. Okay, John, you're starting first, and then we're gonna see how does it roll from there. So John, I'm promoting you to a panelist. Just a minute. John, just a second. So John, I'm trying to find it. There are too many people. We're now on 92 people. This is really, we're getting close, 8 more, and there is no way to participate anymore. Great, John. So I can see you, but I can't hear you. You're on mute. There is an unmute button somewhere on the left.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, great. So yeah, go for it. So basically, okay. ready for you.
Well, hello all, and thank you for the opportunity to pitch. During this hour, several thousand people are going to die. It's just a sad fact.
I wanted to ask you if you're going to share your screen, or are you going to go...
Oh, no, I'm going to pitch directly. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. You have 4 minutes. Go for it.
Sure. Yep, several thousand people are going to die. That's a sad fact. And many of them alone need help, but their families aren't even going to know about it. That's why I conceived of Medic Signal, the smartwatch, the only smartwatch that gets help when you can't respond, rather than expecting someone to activate a medic alert when they're paralyzed or had a stroke. The pain levels are intense, not just for the fallen, but also for the caregivers who are going out of their minds with worry and having to disrupt their everyday routine to check in on somebody. I'm an engineer from a medical family background and intuited the need for a dead man's hand switch to operate with a medic alert. It's fairly obvious really, but it's just at this point in time that everything's come together with independent processes, SIM cards, operating systems, and so on that allows for an affordable, robust solution. We've been granted a patent in Australia, have one pending in the US and elsewhere. And we're targeting the adult daughters that make up the bulk of the caregiving with an emphasis on independence and autonomy for their old father that wants to ride around on a Harley Davidson rather than get shut up in a care home, and for the financial independence that's otherwise so difficult. But with the global crisis right now, we've put the smartwatch to one side. We realized the need for this as an essential service for millions of people, and we've pulled out all the stops and we've made the Medic Signal service available on the smartwatches that you can download right now today. Medic Signal clears up the issue for many people in self-isolation in foreign cities of how do they ask someone to be a caregiver. Otherwise, caregivers have dropped in a weird situation. What do they do, and how do they respond if someone's not responding? With Medic Signal, they can be asked to relax, basically do nothing until they get a clear signal that the user's not responding, and then escalate it to emergency services. With pneumonia and other secondary medical effects, people can't self-evaluate, and they can't call for help themselves to call an ambulance. They're not in that position to judge their own condition. They often go to sleep and end up in a coma. And this happens thousands of times a year around the world, even with the ordinary flu. With Medic Signal, concerned family and loved ones know what it means when someone's not responding. It's not just because they've gone to sleep or irritable. It's a clear way to communicate. The app's available now, and we need your help. If you download it, check it out, tell me what you think about it, and more importantly, spread the word. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, John. Super and on time. Can you tell us, is there a URL that you can share with us in the chat that we can?
Absolutely. So.
Okay, yeah, I can see it. selfisolate.com, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's have a quick look. So, friends, John needs your feedback. John, what are you looking for? Are you looking for users, investors, team members? What would be your main?
We're looking for investment would be great, because it means we can spread to more countries. May not immediately be available in your country, but we can make it available in any nation if should there be the interest there. So we'd love for people to download it, check it out, and spread the word. So there's two aspects. One is investment. We're looking for a couple of $100,000 to expand out customer care and technical support, and right now, we're looking for users, for feedback, and for people who can help spread the word.
Great. So basically, now it's time to turn to the chat. I'm going to share with you in the chat, by the way. John, by the way, it might have been better if you would only, if you would do this presentation, also sharing your screen with this, because I have a feeling that that would have given us a lot more, because you already have it. Usually people do not have it, but you already built some kind of a feeling about what exactly is going on here. So kind of like nice to visualize. So we're going to turn to the chat. John is basically now looking for investors and first people that are using this product. I'm going to ask, with your permission, John, a question to the people that are here. Let's ask them if this is, maybe we can ask them something about, was it clear? Was the product, did they understand the product? So that could be good for you to kind of, so I'm going to launch a poll question. Please, everyone, if you can answer this. You've listened to John. John is basically now going to go after investors, after clients, and so on. He needs to understand that he's crystal clear in his message. So let's try to give him some feedback on that. And other than that, please, in the chat, how can John improve? He's going to go to do probably only video calls, not face-to-face meetings now with investors and clients. He's going to do this pitch time and time again. Can you help us out to understand what can be improved here? So John can actually have better chances of success. And I'm just going to share the poll with everyone. So basically, Paul, we can see that, John, we can see that yes is 22%. You have a vast majority of people that say that it's so clear. So it means that they kind of got it, but they didn't really get it. And that means that we have a problem here. So this is something that usually has to do, I think that if you would share your screen, it would have helped on kind of like visualizing it. But you do have a problem of people, at the end of the day, if you would ask them, okay, what is John doing? Most of them would say, oh, I'm not really sure. It has to do with medical and so on, but I'm not that sure. And 13% are saying that it was not clear at all. So this is something that definitely one of the biggest things to take from this is the answer to this poll, those results. So that's up to you, John, to kind of figure out how do you take it. And yeah, let's have a little look on a little bit of a look on the on whatever we have here. So I'm just going to read the ones that are relevant. John, once again, there is no reason to give answers. We don't have the time, so we're just going to go over a few things, and so you can take notes. The idea of this part is to take notes. Okay. Kind of like SD is saying that they joined a little bit late, but did not really understand how is this different from SOS functionality in the Apple Watch. So this is something that you might want. John, we don't have time, so the idea is just to write notes. The idea is, we know you have answers, and I'm pretty sure you have a great answer for that. But the idea is that it was not clear from the presentation or from what you've mentioned. So. That's the bottom line. Acer is with SD on this, and basically the idea is why get this and not a button trigger for help. Then you have Ibrahim that is saying that he was missing a part about what kind of funding do you need? What are you looking for? Usually when you're looking for investors, you can kind of say, look, I'm looking for investment of $300,000, and with this $300,000, I'm going to do ABC. So it's usually the jargon that investors are using. You might want to use it as well. By the way, John, what I totally recommend, because we will not have time to go over all those comments, would be to copy paste all of those comments. You have a treasure here, a gold, basically. You have a lot of gold here in the comments. Just go over them in the chat and try to copy paste all of them into a Word document. So when you have time, you can go over them, and go one by one and kind of figure out, okay, what do I need to improve over here? How about a simple ad to check symptoms for COVID on an Apple Watch? So Acer is giving a suggestion. Luis is saying that it should be a little bit more clear whether you're interested in customers or investors, and the pitch is basically was not that clear on that. You probably need to customize based on who you meet more than anything. Let's see. What do we have more? Melanie is saying that when you do those pitches, it's always going to be better to have deck and slides. I totally agree with that. I have a feeling that you could have increased greatly the amount of people that understand what you do if you would have a deck. So definitely something to consider, especially virtually. I agree. Again, people will not sure if it's for investors or clients, so that's something to think about. And let's see if we have, you have Acer that also says a deck here would be really, really needed. Good. Okay. So, John, basically, I think that the message that we're getting here is that there is potential. It's really great that, if I understand correctly, John, it's currently on the App Store, right? You already have it launched, right?
Yes.
So one thing to also mention that was missing is a little bit the milestones, like how many people downloaded it. What did you maybe what did you learn from? Because basically, John, you're in a really good position. Many people have an idea and they're very far from launch. You've managed to execute, which is admirable. So if you can share with us also in the presentation, when you do this presentation about, hey guys, we shared this, we have X amount of downloads. This is the feedback we're getting so far. Maybe a case study, maybe a testimonial. And that's basically, so John, really good effort. Congrats on actually arriving to a stage that you actually launched it, and keep us updated. Come back in about 4 months and let us know how it transpired and what happened next. So it was a pleasure to have you. And again, thanks for going first. That's always the most difficult one. So really appreciate it. And good luck. Good. So we're moving on to our second person that is pitching. Let's see who it is. Again, we have let's do this. So we need Corona related, having a pitch, and new that have not pitched before, because we want to give everyone an opportunity. I see that we have a few people here that already pitched before, which is great. We're going to use you if we don't have anyone new that is that. Asaf, do you have a presentation? Let me know in the chat if you have a presentation, and you're going to go next. And again, if you're pitching, Q&A, and I'm just going to try to, according to, again, you're connected to Corona. You don't have Corona, but you're doing something that, also if you have Corona, we're not here, everything goes, but you're doing something that has to do with coronavirus. You have a presentation and you have not pitched before. Those are the priorities, let's say. And okay, so let's see. I think that we have a non-corona project with Ran, and we have Aesir. That always great to hear from Aesir. Aesir, I know that you pitched before. Let's do a short one from you. Okay, can you keep it on 2 or 3 minutes so we can give opportunity to others, because I really like your project. I think most of the people here did not have a chance to listen to it. Greatness. Okay, so we're going to promote you, Aesir, to a panelist. And Ran, probably I'm going to do the next one on our corona-related project, and then Ran, you're going to go fourth, and that's going to be the last one for today. Okay, Aesir, we can see you now. That's an improvement from the last time because we can only hear you. How are you?
Hey, good to see you, Eli. Thanks for putting this on.
Same. Always a pleasure. So where are you currently located?
I'm in Kentucky, outside of Lexington.
Nice, good. So I know that you should have a presentation probably, so you know where the share button is, and
Yes.
Looking forward to hearing about it.
I'll keep it short. Thank you for your time.
Super.
Where is my presentation?
This is like you have a green button there. Yeah, you got it. We can see.
Can you see
Super.
it?
Yeah, good luck.
Awesome. So good to meet you all. The internet's given us a global free market, so why has it not reached food? It's a big question. We live in an instant access economy. We told we want the same things faster instead of increased variety and choice. We've experienced a shift from small local stores to large supermarkets with delivery. We've gone from small stores now all the way up to e-supermarkets, which are the future. But while it's easier to get these products, the variety has stayed the same choice, cost, quality, transparency. So we're thinking on, while we're going towards faster fulfillment, we're thinking bigger and we're thinking more variety. So in the last few years, supermarkets are closing, thin margins, lots of competition, economies of scale, it's difficult. And a lot of other industries are offering these alternative models, which is revitalizing old businesses like Uber, Amazon, Airbnb. So it's a new way of doing big business, but it's yet to be applied to supermarkets. Hard to get the food you love sent overseas. So our business is almost any food from nearly anywhere. We connect both global producers and local producers together to form a combined local and global platform. Before, if you wanted international food, you'd have to get on Amazon, very expensive. They may not have it. Now, if it's available in any supermarket around the world, we can get it on our platform and ship it direct. Find the products you wanted before was really, really difficult. We've made it very easy. And consumers, they want more brand variety and more diversity. Without the higher costs, food brands want to offer their products direct to consumer. Our store beats a lot of rivals head to head, mostly in numbers of products. We're the biggest store now in the world with 130,000 products. Amazon only has 40,000. That's a huge market, $12 trillion market. No one's attacking it. 10 companies control almost all the brands we eat today. This is UK, European, US brands. Everyone else is listed on our platform. Potential outcomes of our project, best case, we become $1 trillion company, and that'd be great. Probably won't get there. Realistically, we'll become $1 billion company, that'd be great too. I'm happy with the last option too, becoming just 1 billion to unicorn. I mean, that's the goal we're all here for, really. Legally, it works well. We've got good legal protection. Small brands love us. Farmers, small businesses, and local producers love us. We do fresh food, and right now for Corona, we're doing fresh food all across the US. We take a 10 to 20% margin on each product. We sell data, and we make brand vendor partnerships, which is really lucrative. Our customers get good service. Right now, we're seeking a little bit more of an investment. We did a friends and family round. We're now looking for pre-seed. We are live right now. We have a good acquisition strategy. It's a big opportunity. Before you couldn't buy this product, now you can through us. We did this is my wife and I, we did this project. We did it because we want to open up the free market to food. And tomorrow we're starting a new app, so we'll be able to make it super, super easy. During coronavirus right now, if there's a supermarket that doesn't have the products you need, you can be guaranteed another supermarket in another country will ship direct. And we're seeing that right now with Philippines, from the US, and all over. Thank you, that's my pitch.
Amazing, and right on time. So thank you for that. Good. So you want to ask, let's do, was it clear also? Let's see if people understand. Oh, I should have stopped sharing this one, but let me relaunch the polling. So let's do, was it clear? And at the same time, so I launched it. And at the same time, let's also give Acer as much feedback as possible on the chat. He's going to go after investors. He has and clients as well. He wants to make it big. He wants to have a unicorn. So let's help him have a unicorn, and then he's gonna remember all of us, right? He's gonna come back.
I'll give money back to you guys. That's it. I'll fund everyone.
If things go deteriorating as they are, just give us canned goods in about 2 months, and we'll be software and toilet paper.
Thanks, Eli.
We'll be your best friends. Great. So let me just share the. I'm going to give 5 more seconds for people to answer the question of was it clear, and then we can kind of, in the same time, really hoping to get chat feedback from everyone about what can be improved over here in the presentation, in the graphics, in whatever comes to mind to really increase chances of getting investment. I'm going to share the results with everyone. So basically, you have a majority of people, 65%, that think that it was clear. So that's great. So you still have a little bit of a stubborn layer that says not so much. It's basically more than a third. If you put them together, it's 34% with the no's. So maybe it's worthwhile, in those cases, case study or something like that. So just a little bit something to kind of visualize what you do, but all in all, really good. Great, and now let's turn to the chat and try to figure out what can we get over here to improve the chances of success for a very, let's say, innovative business. Yeah, so basically Melanie is saying that we can read faster than you can speak generally.
Eli, I've managed to read all of this. You can go to the next person. I know you're pushed on.
Super,
no worries.
super. No, it's okay. We can actually have a quick check. We have a little bit of time because we only have 2 more pitches.
Okay.
So yeah, but let's keep a few of them and so on. So I think Melanie and both Anthony is talking about the very speedy but still clear. So that's good. I guess that the speedy feeling here, Acer, is because maybe the presentation had so many details that we felt like that maybe you were rushing it a little bit. And I wonder if, for me, it was like a little bit, maybe saturated with information. So you actually did a really good job when speaking about it. You cut to the chase. And the question is, what about your presentation? Can it also cut to the chase? Because no investor has a lot of attention span. So how about giving it so much space, and not having so much text there, because you're already on top of it when you speak. So maybe the presentation as well can go there as well. Super. Good. HK is talking a little bit about the tone. The tone is always a mystery. Like what tone should you use to captivate the audience, to have them constantly with you? So he's saying that maybe you start a little bit strong and then weaken a little bit. So I'm wondering if you can maybe think about intonation, and because your presentation is so good that maybe it's worth kind of looking at the style as well and kind of like saying, okay, how can I maintain the same level of intensity and maybe increase it to the end or something like that. Okay, let's see. Swefal was interested a little bit more about specifically the how do you support users during a complete lockdown situation during coronavirus. So I guess Swefal has a really good point, I see, or that is basically saying, look, your pitch 2 months ago was, let me ship you those exotic things that are on the supermarket, and you can get them now. But people's minds now are in a totally different place. They're more like, hey, can you get me these things when I'm in lockdown and so on, and less about the exotic.
We do it all on lockdown. Yeah, we do it all.
So definitely it's worthwhile to maybe change the general message that maybe was very much fit to a global world, 2 months ago, to something like, hey, people are concerned, so I'm focusing my presentation specifically on that situation. Great. There's going to be a recording site, so you can view it. We're going to share it with everyone. Louis is saying that she was missing a little bit the part about give us numbers since you already launched about how many people are using this and so on. So, you know, like this is basically the questions that always arrive is a great idea. It looks good. You launched it. Give us as many details as possible about what happened in reality. Karen is saying that it was a great pitch, but too much text. That's something that worth cutting. Let's see if we have something else. Yeah, also Thomas. Yeah, but Thomas saying it was too speedy, but I'm the fault for that because I kind of like told AC Racer we have to go fast. Yeah, so that's okay. Mauricio is saying that the idea pitch was clear. Support material should be more visual and less text, so more photos, more like that's how people connect to things, not necessarily via text. So actually, we have a lot of feedback
Great
here.
feedback.
We don't have,
Thank you very much.
maybe you can copy paste all of it, and
Got it all.
yeah,
Thank you.
you're on
Thanks
your path. You're on your path. So good to see you here.
You're keeping
always.
us all entertained during Corona. Thanks for that.
Yes. So have a good one.
Have
Stay
a
safe.
good one. Speak to you soon.
Thank you. Great. So now we're gonna do a StartupBlink presentation because I'm here to get feedback as well. We launched the product today. I'm gonna time myself 4 minutes. I don't really know how to pitch it because I just decided to do it without we just in StartupBlink decided to do it, but I'm going to go for it actually with a live demo. I'm here for feedback basically, so that's my goal. And let me see if I can share my screen just a second. And then after that, if we don't have another Corona-related presentation, we're going to move to Ran. So Ran, you're going to be next after me. Great, wow, now I'm excited because I'm not, yeah. So let me share my screen with you, just a second. Good. Okay, so I'm starting. Wow, it's hard to pitch. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Eli. I'm the CEO of StartupBlink, a global startup ecosystem map and a research center. Usually what we do is we map ecosystems from all over the world, and we also rank the ecosystem of 1,000 cities and 100 countries. We have a few dozens of public sector entities that are working with us, usually governments and municipalities. However, today we launched a new project, and we call it the Coronavirus Innovation Map. You can see it in coronavirus.startupblink.com. And what we're doing in this project is basically putting on one global map hundreds of innovations currently. We're hoping it's going to be thousands soon, that are connected to this crisis that we have, that are offering solutions. Our goal is to connect together startups that are working on same solutions, so they can actually see that people around the world are working on the same solution and maybe synergize and build things together. We have a crisis that we need to solve. And in addition to that, we're also interested to connect demand and supply. So if someone needs something, they can get to it. The map is relatively basic. Currently, it's the first phase. More than anything, I'm interested in feedback on how to improve it and how to create more value. I want to be in a situation that this is valuable for people. Over here, you can see that you can click on a category and you can choose, for example, only if you want grants and support, if you want diagnostics projects, if you want life and business adaptation projects, prevention, and so on. You can do all of that. I have a Skype call, but I'm going to take it later. And the idea is that, yeah, that's basically the idea. So currently it's very, very basic functionality, and I'm looking for feedback about how to improve it. I'll just say that this project is done together with UNAIDS that have experience in pandemics, and they're going to help us think about how to develop it, and also with the Moscow Innovation Agency, which are a great partner, and a few other dozens of public sector clients that are gracious enough to support it. And that's basically it. I'm here looking for feedback about how can a map like this be relevant and offer value in the field of Corona innovation. So that's basically it for me. Great. So, super. What we're going to do here, because we don't have time, I'm going to copy paste all of your comments, and I need them. I really, really need them. So the idea is just give me as many comments as possible. Going to copy paste it, and then my team and I are going to sit together and try to figure out what is phase 2 of the project. And I'm just going to share the link with all of you. So just a second. It's in coronavirus.startuplink.com, and I would really appreciate it if you have a startup that has to do with it. Let me put it there. It's free, of course. The entire resource is for free, and we really want to increase and have more and more solutions. So that's the link that I shared with you now. And yeah, someone from our team, I think Catherine is here. If you can please copy paste this so we can have this for later, that would be absolutely amazing. And I really appreciate the feedback. So whatever you can think about, let us know. I'll just say that we don't intend to make money out of it. The business model in this case is only going to be, it's not a startup. It's, I don't know what it is. So the idea is that we're only going to sustain it by sponsors, usually either a corporate or a global organization and so on, like the UN. So the idea is that if we believe that if we make it valuable, then money will keep on arriving. And then when time to close it is right, hopefully when the virus is gone, we can go back to our normal business full time. So that's basically it. And again, I'm going to copy paste this is exactly why we did this event. We are here for your feedback. So we're going to copy paste everything that you said. So I really, really appreciate the feedback on the chat. Good. And you can continue giving me feedback, please. At the same time, I'm going to see who is the last one that will be pitching today. So just a second. Just a second. Ran, if I'm not mistaken, you have a pitch, right? Let me know in the chat if yes. Sam, I didn't see you on the QA. Did you write to me? I see you only now in the chat, but I didn't see even one message on the Q&A. What are you doing? Doing a Corona-related project, Sam? Can you share a URL? Ron, you're gonna go next anyway, but maybe what's the project? Write to us in a line so we know if we can incorporate. And Ron, we're gonna have again, just like Ace here, 2 minutes for this one. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to be rushed. I want everyone after your presentation to kind of say, Ron, why did you go so fast? And good. Okay, Ibrahim, I see that you want to apply for next month. Great. If it's not Corona related, even better. The world will continue and not everything has to be Corona. So good. We're going to have you next month. Ron, I'm promoting you to a presenter. So we're going to have a quick break from Corona into a project that does not have to do anything with the virus, preparing us for what's going to be our future in 2 months when we're back on the airplane going to Gran Canaria. So I'm promoting you to a panelist. Great, super, good snapshot. Excellent. So we can't hear you, you're on mute. There is a button on the left. Good.
Okay.
Now. Super. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from my home. I'm in Israel, in Haifa. And if we're using Zoom, I'm going to use the virtual background in my advantage.
Excellent. You want to share a presentation with us? Or,
yes.
Excellent. Yes. So you have a share button, a green share button. I'll let you know when it's online.
Share. Let's go with this. Okay. So here we go. Trade logics. I'll try to do this as fast as I can, just because I usually prepare for like 5 to 10 minutes. Let's get moving. Okay, so the elevator pitch, quite simply. Traderlogics is a platform that lets programmatic traders build their trading strategies on the cloud with the ability to scale them and not have to deal with anything related to infrastructure, server management, or everything like that. The current problem, it's like, again, it's Google Cloud for traders, if you want the analogy. If you want, it's like AWS for trading. It's basically the idea that I'm going with. So the problem right now is that traders right now, if you've developed a trading strategy, an automated strategy, and you want to go live, you have to know a lot of things that are completely unrelated to trading. You have to do server management, you have to write code, you have to do the database, work with live streaming data. And even if you manage to do all of that, when you want to switch brokers, you have to do it all over again. So that's currently the problem. This is just a few of the steps that traders need to go through when they develop an automated programmatic trading strategy. They have to do a lot of the things. And yeah, it's reasonable to have all those tasks when you want to trade a strategy. But we want to do it a different way. We want to bring the cloud revolution to the trading world. And we're going to do it by offering a myriad of services that are aimed to solve every part of the trading business cycle. That means universal API for dealing with multiple brokers. Currently, we're supporting about 20 of them. That means that you're going to have your own serverless trading platform, that you don't have to work with the data. It will all be pushed to you. And we're going to do this basically by providing a lot of services that at the end will allow traders to focus only on their trading logic. They don't have to do anything else, just generate their trading signals. I always use the analogy that I can have my own email server at home, but I would much rather pay Google the $5, $6 a month to have an email there and not have to deal with it. So it's the same analogy. Traders need to trade. They need to come up with trading signals and not with dealing with any infrastructure headaches. So we're going to do this by introducing some core components like universal API, webhooks, tradelets, which are basically trading functions, service trading functions, the ability to backtest your strategies, pipeline to filter out data quickly without having to deal with it yourself. We're going to have research instances, real-time market data, trading terminal, performance analysis, user management. If you don't support, you don't trust our security, you're going to have an option to have an on-premise solution, a box in your own firm. So basically, if you take all the headaches that relates to trading, you only have to deal with that one little tiny box come up where the trading signals will do everything else. The market, we're really in the intersection between finance, software, and platform. We're going to start with the B2P market, the business to professionals, professional traders, developers, quantitative researchers. In year 2, we're going to expand to the trading firms and small hedge funds. And finally, we're going to go after the long tail for amateur traders with a drag and drop trading strategy builder and things like that. The opportunity is huge. Currently, we're talking about a $300 billion industry, and the go-to-market is quite easy because it's very easy to find those traders. They're very condensed on very few platforms. As you can see, the market is growing exponentially every year. And there are a lot of enterprises that are planning to move to the cloud platform, specifically trading enterprises. They move to the cloud. And if you look at Quantopia, which have a platform for backtesting, they have a huge market and a huge community of traders that have trading strategies running there, and they can't live trade them. They can only test them using the platform. So we're here to solve this solution.
Ron, you have less than 1 minute, so
yeah,
make
I'll
it
go
count.
fast. The business model is a SaaS. It's usage-based payments with enterprise services based on trading volume. The current marketplace don't have a solution like this. There are either backtesting platforms or brokers providing API. There's really no platform that provides everything. So we're here to disrupt the programmatic trading landscape by launching the first cloud platform. the go-to-market strategy, I'm just going to brief this over. We're going to work with we have partnership in place with brokers and other service providers. And right now we've just finished the POC. We're moving up to the MVP. We have about 1,700 people on our wait list, eager to try the service. And we're looking to raise money to do a short private launch and then followed by a public launch. The team, what we need, as I mentioned, we need the money. And our expectations are to go to have a very conservative expectation to have a net MR of $150 per user per month, with the cash flow positive in the first year, and to reach a net ARR of $750,000 within 24 months, with a huge profit margin. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. I'll be happy to get your feedback. Thank you very much.
Excellent, and thank you, Ran, for doing a project that is not related to the virus. That's absolutely great, although nobody, I think most of us are like, how is it connected to the virus? You know, everything has to be connected to the virus now. No, it doesn't. Like, people, like, there is a life outside of the virus, and but maybe trade logistics will also...
This too shall pass.
Yes, this too shall pass. Great. So let's first of all redo the polling on was it clear. So people, you've heard Ran's presentation. He's gonna give this presentation to investors, difficult people. So we're gonna first of all ask was it clear? Did you understand what Ran is doing? Was it, because most investors are not technical. So let's try to figure out how good was this? Did we understand what Trader Logic is doing? That's one. And other than that, please in the chat, feedback is going to go for investors, is going to go to pitches to investors. What can be improved here? Weak points and so on. Again, we're not going to have time to cover everything, but at least to give Ran a few things, so his reiteration of the presentation after this is going to be successful. So first of all, we're going to end the polling and share the result. Just like in Acer case, you have a situation here that it was clear, 64%. You still have 39 or almost 40% that felt a little bit lost. So there is a slight problem here. Usually I like to see less than 20% of the so-so and the nope. Over here you had a little bit more, so it might be worthwhile to, I don't know how to make it more simple. It was good, but probably you can even bring more people to the yes club. And now let's quickly go over a few comments to Ran to help him make get big bucks from the investors. So first of all, Ibrahim is saying that this was a very clear presentation and impressive. So that's absolutely great. David saying that this is a nice roadmap graphic. So you get a lot of probably people would want to connect with your designer. So that's good. Kevin is saying that something that connects to maybe why it wasn't, why you had 40% of people that are a little bit drifting. He's saying it's too technical.
Yeah, as I see from the question, what I'm offering to Amazon and Alibaba traders,
exactly.
I should have noted, I should have prefaced that I'm talking about stock market traders and not trading in general.
Exactly. So those are figures that you can use, and especially because Ran, investors, most of them, a lot of them are not using the products that they invest or don't even have domain expertise. They just invest because it seems like a good opportunity. So you have to give them the entire story. Don't assume that they know what they're talking about. Okay, let's have a quick look. Yes, okay, you have a few other, Chris is talking, we don't have time to go over everything, but Chris is talking a little bit about, he was missing the regulatory hurdles, like talk a little bit about, comparison to, he gives you a few apps like this that are kind of in the same field, like Robinhood and so on. But he was missing a little bit more about how are you going to deal with some regulation and so on. So that's it. Ibrahim is saying that you spent a little bit too much time explaining the concept, and he suggests that you focus on funding and investment and market validation. So that could be something that you might want to take into account. Yes, let's have a look. Yes, so basically, Anthony is saying that you had a little bit of a barrier here because there was so little time, but maybe you should
Yeah, I really
also,
had to rush
yeah.
through. Yeah.
But the idea is that, they say they call it an elevator pitch because in the end of the day, you're stuck in an elevator with someone for 40 seconds or 30 seconds, and you need to prepare for this scenario as well. So this is a good preparation to kind of make the
Yeah.
adjustment. Ibrahim was also missing a little bit the stage in where you are in the biz development. Like he got the idea, he got what you're trying to do, but a little bit, I was also missing a little bit on the milestones and what was achieved so far.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like, yeah. And Swefal is saying to try to again think that whoever you're pitching to does not really understand the subject matter. HK is saying that he got a little bit lost as well. So the idea is again, if you're pitching to a technical investor that is into trading, good. But if not, you're probably going to lose them. Amr is also saying that you went a little bit very fast through the steps. So that's kind of like
Yeah, but that's your fault.
yeah, it's the concept fault. Yeah, the concept fault or the virus fault. Let's blame everything on the virus anyway. Great. So I think that's basically it. Ran, that was but all in all, really nice design and good concept. So
Thank
good
you.
stuff. So we'll see you one day back when you make it big. Thank you very much. Great. So we're done for today. The last stage is going to be the vote. So yeah, let's vote. We're not going to put ourselves in the vote because if I would put StartupBlink, of course, we would win. And no, actually, if I don't share the results, I just say one. So if I say StartupBlink, everyone will say, hey, this is rigged and so on. So I'm launching the poll about who won. Everyone is a winner. All the people who have pitched here, basically, you are brave people. So that's absolutely great. If I'm not mistaken, we had John, we had Aesir, and we had Ran. So did I forget anyone? Because I'm kind of like in a mix. So if I forgot anyone, send me in the chat. And if not, I'm launching the poll with you. So Ran is the person that was here now about the trading platform. Aesir, the supermarkets. And John was the application for emergencies. So let's see who is winning. And by the way, we have another very close battle here. Wow, really close. So I'm going to give 10 more seconds before I declare the winner, so you can still vote on who won. Good. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done. Yes. So the winner for today is Aesir. You won again. So it was a close one, by the way. Ron and John, you did well. You actually were very close, and there was almost no difference between you and the top. So all of you are on the right track. Aesir, congrats. And yeah, basically, because we will not share you again, because I remember you were here 2 months ago, then the winner for this is actually, with only 1 vote difference, John. So John, we're gonna spread the word a little bit about you, but really good to see such high quality from the 3 of you, and the results are super tight, so that's great. So we have, I'll just give you the results, basically 45% Aesir, 30% John, 24% Ran. So we have two votes difference, and Aesir, you won again. Apparently everyone is thinking about supermarkets now, so it's pretty obvious. Great. So I want to thank everyone for arriving today. I want to wish you safety, health, and more than anything, motivation to keep on building. We need everyone to keep on building. It was a pleasure. See you next month, and keep safe. Bye, everyone.